Alright guys, so today is actually Monday, which is, I know this video is kind of like one day behind, but this just got released, so we're still good in for the due date. So what this is that we finally got it announced that we have a new unit that is called G Guardians that Bushiroad is now introducing. Now what this unit is defensive mechanic. If you have not actually watched the Cardfight Vanguard G, it's a defensive G unit where it's basically you discard a heal trigger and then you get to call this unit to Guardian Circle, and if certain conditions are fulfilled, it will basically become not only a 15k but a 20k card. And this basically amps up the game more because, as you can tell if you're reading, they have officially made it possible that you are going to be allowed 16 cards in your G zone, and that, my friends, is completely going to change the game of how we play. So now it's basically Bushiroad is saying that you do not now have to play up to 8 where we had we don't have to run one-ofs, and we don't have to just basically run our main strides and go all situational, whether it be recycling or just big power plays or standards. You can basically just go to 16 G zone cards and we're gonna make it hell. So to go through all this, you may pause if you must, or I'll leave it in the link in the description. So basically what this is, if both of you guys are at 3, your opponent attacks, you discard a card from your hand, which is a heal trigger, then you call this unit from the G zone and then instantly guard the attack. This thing will guard from you, and it is being officially gonna be introduced. Okay, Bushiroad wasn't even gonna be surprising us and telling us where are these G zone cards gonna actually be found, or G Guardian cards are gonna be founded. No, they're just making this public wide. So in Players Collection 2016, the official new format for Cardfight Vanguard will be on May 20th. For Japan, it'll be April 30th, meaning that every single clan's gonna get a G Guardian. And that is insane. The fact that you're already giving us so much support, especially G Guardian, you're gonna change the game. A lot of people disagree. I've seen people were saying 16 cards, really, game? 10 would be nice. 12 would be the max you would want to go, because it would just be the 8 G zone cards and then the 4 G Guardians. No, you're completely making this as ballsy as possible, where you're also increasing the cost of the stride units. Now, what does this mean? Well, for one thing, they also had a Q&A where this does answer a lot of questions. For one, this does make it possible that the first player that goes first, if they have a heal in their hand, they can instantly drop it and they'll already be at GB1 on their turn. Meaning that you can activate certain abilities like Persona Flip. I know a lot of cards that Persona Flip required to have 2 or more cards face up in your G zone, and that took a lot. Okay, say like Root Flare, meaning you already get to burn a column that fast. Or the Ace, you get a Restander that fast. Victor, Alt Mile, you get to call something with 2 or more face up. Asha, you get to call something. Next stage, oh, that would be devastating. First stride, next stage. But this does question some things I will question about the game. Like decks like Angel Feather, do I really want to see them heal on first turn stride if they have their G Guardian? Also, Diablo, Aura Geyser, do I really want to see a first turn Diablo where they can basically just kill me when they rush me down? Those things will come in due time, where I will further notice how this will affect the game. For now, the decks that we have, for now, in this mechanic, you need to just learn to master the G Guardians and figure out how to use it strategically. Like, will first turn G guarding will always be a thing, and this actually cancels out some of the things. Like, this goes around the Silent Tom mechanic, where if they're hitting you with a serious amount of power, OTT, well, I can avoid it by using a G Guardian, and it'll become a 20k shield by certain effects. Or the Glory Maelstrom effect, where usually that's what Aquaforce does as a finisher, is that cross break ride, Glory Maelstrom, and then swing in, and you can not PG it. Or even Chrono Jet, where, as in, you do the next stage plays, you perfect guard the Vanguard, oh look, you don't have anything else to go with. Unless that Chrono Jet's not swinging in for a big number, you can possibly defend. So overall, this mechanic does speed up the game a little bit, but it does question some of the facts where, do we really want to see an early game GB? Will it always be a thing, or will it just be the luck of the draw, where we're always going to be seeing a early game GB? However, I am thankful for this mechanic. I just think the G-Zone is pushing it a little bit. A staple will probably be 4 G Guardians in a single stride deck, because now with the G-Zones now being 16 cards, you can basically say, oh, say like my deck, for example. I had to take out Jingle Flower because it's not going to be that helpful, and you always wanted Ashes. Now, with 16 G-Zones, I don't need to question myself. I can just throw in the Jingle Flowers, throw in the multivitamins, and probably one more extra card. Or I could use the new GR that's coming out in the Fighters collection. This opens a whole world of new possibilities, meaning that your G-Zone now is going to be your toolbox. It's going to be something that you can use situationally and the main mechanic of your deck. This also helps a bunch of G decks as well, because considering that most G decks do rely on GB skills like Chrono Jet, Alt Mile, and Asha, the 3 main decks that are all G prepared, those are ones that you're gonna need for the G Guardians, and I highly recommend it. Hell, I'm playing an Asha deck, so I also recommend this. This also helps certain cards like, I guess Genesis, Angel Feather. This just helps so many different clans, and I think it really builds in a defensive mechanic. But how this does not stop the Grade 2 rush game, it really doesn't. Because the fact is that, sure, you get an early GB mechanic, but this doesn't solve the issue where the the Grade 2 game is still going to be a thing, and that, sure, I'll first turn ride into Grade 3, and I'll swing. Your turn. Oh look, I drop a heal. I get an early GB. But you know what? It's already wasted, because my opponent kind of rushed me down already to buy on turn on their Grade 2. So overall, this does, in a way, help with some G decks, as well as other decks, considering that you are at GB1 already, and that you can do more just from getting a heal and then getting the first turn GB. So what I'm hoping is that if the Grade 2 game doesn't exist, we can be able to. What I'm hoping is that there will be no more rush. That will be completely gone. And hoping that the new thing will be is that you now getting to your first GB is going to be the thing where you can Generation Guard first, and you'll still be able to get all your first turn effects off, is what I'm saying. But obviously that may not happen because Vanguard, Aqua Force are still all things where you can possibly still rush in with that deck. The rush game will still be real, but what I'm hoping is that when this gets introduced, the new thing will just be that whoever G-guards first will be in the lead in a sort of way, because when they stride, they'll always get into new things. But anyways, that's my opinion on it. There's still a lot to knowing about this. I think the main focus, as I said, was that you just need to focus on how this mechanic's going to be doing, and whether or not this will stop the Grade 2 game. And tell me what you guys think. Do you guys think this is a good mechanic, and you think all the rulings are okay? Personally, I think this is going to introduce a whole new world of possibilities, and there's still plenty to go in the Vanguard world. And I am actually interested now. I am hoping for G Guardians to lead the Vanguard world a whole new way, and hoping that it's not just going to be all these old decks like Shadow, Paladins, Link Joker. I just hope that it downgrades the fact that now the G decks can actually stand up for themselves a little bit and try to get into the metagame where they can possibly even make top 8. So, yeah, I'm hoping for that the G decks can get reinforced and they can climb themselves back up the ladder where they can finally be somewhat of a winning and competitive deck. Because getting your GB without even striding first is a completely kind of game where it's just changed. And it all depends on you. So, with that being said, guys, I'm gonna leave it here. Comment down what you would like to see in the next video. Tell me if you want to see other videos than this, and I will be uploading more matches very soon. And also, I am going to KawaiiCon if you are in the Hawaii district this Saturday, the April 9th. So if you guys want to be a part of this channel, you guys want to record some matches, you know, because I at least need some content, then please let me know. And yeah, I'll leave it at this, and I will see you all later. And don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, because every like knows that you support. And we will also be opening up a new channel, which is On Gen Gaming. You can type that down in the YouTube description. Still looking for some creative avatars list and other stuff. And yeah, so I will leave it at that, and I am signing off. Yep. And the link to the G Guardians will be in the description down below. Okay, bye.